So, how many people do we have? Groovy. Player 1, talk to me. What's your name? Good enough. Player 2, you're up.
45 seconds.
Okay then. Player 3, it's up to you now. Alright, first things first. Pick which episode you want to play. Or just F for your favorite episodes.
30 seconds.
Player 1, you've got the letter Q as your buzzer. Q as in quarters. Player 2, you've got the letter B as in Britain. You know, like the one that's so great. And player 3, you're gonna go by the letter P. That's P as in pantomime.
20 seconds.
So, looky here. This is how it works. The first one of you to buzz in on a question gets first stab at the answer. So, you buzz in, then you press 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending on which answer you want. Read me? See you on the flip side.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
All right, now I want to hear some belts loosening out there. You know what I'm talking about? No, you're not in the all-nude episode. I'm talking about our food episode. That's right, a little tribute in honor of Thanksgiving. So make some room, pop open those button flies, because it's time for the real meal. First order of business, screws. Okay, word on the screws. If you get to a question that you know your neighbor doesn't have the answer to, show no mercy. Buzz in, hit the S key, and screw them. Believe me, it's fun. Now, let's see what happens in today's episode. Player 2, how about a category? Here we have, if life doesn't give you apples, make apple pie. You get it right, you get 2K. Okay, be a dear, won't you, and check out this analogy for your Uncle Schmitty? Apple pie is to apples as mock apple pie is to Oreo cookies, Philadelphia cream cheese, Ritz crackers, or Chiquita bananas. Player 2, grab it. Oh, no TV for you this week. It's all you, Player 3. Oh, come on, you're talking apples and oranges here. I mean, bananas, apples, and you know what I mean. Player 1, it's all yours, Player 1. You make mock apple pie with Ritz crackers instead of apples. That's how we got that phrase, I wouldn't kick them out of bed for eating mock apple pie. Player 1, what are we doing? Well, what do we have here? It's all part of my rock and roll Thanksgiving. You get this one, you pocket $2,000. Okay, let's say your pathetic adolescent fantasy finally comes true and you have all your rock star friends over for Thanksgiving. Oh, and they really dig your grandmother. Because he is not a drummer who will not be fighting over the turkey drumsticks at your Thanksgiving dinner. Ringo Starr, Neil Peart, rocker Tommy Lee, or Gene Simmons. Take a shot, Player 2. I got some news for you. Not only will rocker Tommy Lee want those drumsticks, he'll probably videotape them being eaten. Player 3, have at it. No, I'm sorry. Neil Peart is the drummer from Rush, and Neil Peart Plus is his brother with the full-bodied hair. What do you say, Player 1? Player 1, do it. Gene Simmons, woo, plays bass and sings for Kiss, so he doesn't want your stupid drumsticks. Just watch out for his 8-inch cow tongue. He's bound to lick everything on the table before you can get to it, including your grandmother. Player 1, tell me what's next. We're calling this one Humpty Dumpty Sat in the Mess Hall. How does $2,000 sound? And now, your question. Which of the following foods can Humpty Dumpty eat without feeling guilty for devouring a fellow egg? Egg foo yum. Hey, Player 2, you like getting screwed? Give me an answer. Egg cream is a soda fountain drink made of milk, chocolate syrup, and seltzer water. Did I say eggs? No. Not that Humpty would care about eating another egg. Heartless bastard. Ah, well, what can you expect, coming from a broken home? Player one, looks like you're the one who's screwed. Your call, player two. Players 1 and 3, why don't you scooch over a little bit, because player 2 is going to need some elbow room for this or dat. The category for this or dat question is petting zoo in the Dutch oven. Now I think I'm going to read off 7 kinds of meat, and for each one I want you to tell me if it tastes like chicken or it doesn't. As you see each one, if it supposedly tastes like chicken, press 1. If it has some... Okay, you've been through this, I'm just going to put your 30 seconds on the clock then. It's showtime. Rabbit, does it taste like chicken or not? Possum. Squirrel. Rattlesnake. Cornish game hen. Alligator. One more. Chicken. That's all 7. Gee, you only got 4 of them right. Well, no surprises here. Let's look at your score. Well, it's better than losing money. Okay, let's go on. It's all you, player 3. What do you want? May I introduce a rose by any other name stinks to high heaven. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Forward march. Who can accurately be called a stinking rose? Rose McGowan wearing garlic jewelry. Gypsy Rose Lee wearing a stalk of chives. Titanic's Rose drowning in onion juice. Or Axl Rose covered with rotten cabbage. Player 3, do it. Player 2, you're getting screwed. Let's give something back. I'm trying to imagine exactly how that would work. No, I think you're wrong. Player 1, player 3. It's all you, player 3. Axl Rose covered in cabbage. Hey, yeah, you were at that GNR show too. Player 1, it's yours if you want it. It's all yours, player 1. Stinking Rose is an affectionate name for garlic. Unfortunately for Rose McGowan, not even stinking garlic jewelry was enough to keep Marilyn Manson at bay. Player 1, why don't you give me a category? Shake hands with, I like tasting it the second time. $1,000 if you get it. Yep, I love to cook. No doubt about it, I am a man who is comfortable in the kitchen. You want to know my secret? Preparation. In fact, you know what? I'm going to whip up my classic Thanksgiving dish right now. Why don't you take a listen and tell me what I'm preparing? Okay, I'm just going to open the can here and... Whoa! The vacuum sucked right out of there. Well, that's an interesting shape. What traditional Thanksgiving dish have I just prepared? Player 2, go! Wouldn't be Thanksgiving without it. I just put a lot of effort into making some cranberry sauce. Yeah, and I love how it keeps the shape of the can, too. Shows everybody it's still fresh. Player 2, take your pick. Open wide and get ready for take the red line and hold the pickles. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. Okay, try this out. In Chicago, you've got the L, right? And in Boston, you've got the T. If a city names its subway after a Subway sandwich, what might the new transportation system be called? Player 1! Subway's classic Italian sub is called the BMT. So, instead of taking the train to work, you can just order a train with the works. But don't forget to choo-choo before you swallow. Look, I just read this stuff, okay? Player 1, your choice. For your enjoyment, Mealy Meals. If you know this one, you're getting $4,000. Okay, so what kind of freak do you have to be to name your meat? I mean, is that like over the top or what? Like the commercial that had that kid with the fishing pole naming his bologna? How did that thing go? I'll tell you what, get ready to type and see if you can help me out. What are the first and second names of that kid's baloney? Now or never, player 2. Start typing and hit return.
Telegram for loser.
Player 1, player 3, grab it! All you had to do was type this. The little punk's baloney had a first name, which was OSCAR, and of course its last name was MAYER. Now me, I've bopped my baloney plenty, and it's never told me its name. Category time, player 2. Hey, not bad. You chose a when did happen. All right, I'm going to show you an event like this. Man first walks on the moon. Then I'm going to list off Oh, you got this one down. Great. The name of this when did happen is When Good Food Goes Bad. Okay, you love corn, don't you? Well, did you ever wonder what happens to that corn after you're done loving it? Oh, lots of stuff. For example, check out this event in corn's post-dinner table journey. Small intestine decomposes corn. Now, does this happen before your small intestine decomposes the corn, after the small intestine kicks in, or does it never happen at all? That's it. Let's see what we've done. Well, at least you tried, player 3. Let's see how this affects your overall scores. Player 1 still ahead. All right, then. Let's get back to the game. What do you want to do, player 3? This one's called It Tastes Like Burning. How does $4,000 grab you? Okay, maybe I'm just being psycho or something, but like eating out can be really scary sometimes. Like last week, I went with some friends to a Greek restaurant. The waiter brought us this feet stinky cheese soaked in lemon juice and olive oil and started the damn thing on fire. Then everybody screamed, "Oppa!" Scared the hell out of me. What did we order? Player 1, you're screwed. Give me an answer. Saganaki is the appetizer that smells kind of like feet, but tastes delicious. And the great thing is you can make it at home. No, really, all you need is some Velveeta and a lighter. Go ahead, give it a shot. I'll watch from here. Nice work, player 2. Looks like you're getting screwed. Let's see how you handle the hardware. Player 1, give me a category. Let's take a look at I'm all warm and fuzzy inside. $2,000 for correct answer. Okay, so we all know how senior citizens just love those early bird specials, right? Which is kind of weird when you consider that the early bird gets the worm. If the food they order is contaminated, what kind of worms might those early birds get? Player 3, have at it. The early bird might get the tapeworm if they eat food or drink water contaminated by its eggs or larvae. You know, truth be told, it's a great diet plan, really. I mean, if you keep a tapeworm in your colon, it sucks those calories right up. Player 3, why don't you pick one? Coming at you. The secret sauce will self-destruct in 5 seconds. I got $2,000 says you don't know this one. Hey, check this out. Did you realize that the Culinary Institute of America and the Central Intelligence Agency are both called CIA? Man, how many goofy mix-ups did that cause? If the Culinary Institute of America's cookbook got mixed up with the Central Intelligence Agency's operations book, what would be the recipe for Bay of Pigs surprise? The CIA helped plan the Bay of Pigs invasion to overturn Castro, but never gave the rebels the air support they promised. And you know what they say, too few operatives spoil the coup. Let's have a category, player one. And our special guest tonight, what if God were sitting at the kids' table? How does $2,000 sound? Okay, do you remember that chilling Joan Osborne song, One of Us, where she wonders what would happen if God were, well, one of us? Imagine God really is one of us and shows up for Thanksgiving dinner. If you decide to serve food of the gods for this special occasion, what tempting smells will waft from the kitchen? Player three, do it! In both Greek and Roman mythology, ambrosia is the food of the gods. And please remember, I don't care how in awe you are, friends don't let gods drink nectar and drive. Got that? Player three, your category. For your viewing pleasure, veggies porking out. You get it right, you get 2K. Okay, this question is all about fatty foods. Because it contains the most fat. Which of these fruits? No. Which of these fruits was probably produced on a fat farm? A big-boned banana, a pudgy pear, a hefty avocado, or a chunky cantaloupe? Yeah, my mouth's watering. It's all you, player three. A medium-sized avocado has about 36 grams of fat. For those of you who care about that kind of thing, that's quite a lot. Although avocados do hide the fat pretty well. In fact, you don't usually see it until it hits your own thighs. You're about to embark upon the attack. Hit your buzzer when you see two words that match. $2,000 if you're right, 2,000 off if you're wrong. It's not so hard. Just remember this.
Remember the clue.
It's got to be a match that fits this clue. Meat. Because frankly, that's all you are to me. Good luck. Player two, all the scrubbing in the world ain't gonna get the stench of that jack attack off of you. Let's look at your final score. Player one's got it. Player one, I have seen some glorious victories in my day, and then I've seen victories like this one. Take what you can, because...
You don't know Jack!
Player one and player three up on the high scoreboard together. How sweet. Well, player two, if you want to try knocking them out of their treehouse, give the word. We'll play another game. Don't forget to hit F if you want to make this episode a favorite.
When you work in space, who cares for the family you leave behind? At the National Aeronautics and Space Reassignment Station, we think we have the answer.
Space Monkey!
We'll place one of our specially trained space monkeys in your home. A monkey who's lived in space, who knows the glory and the heartache of an interplanetary career, and who has an infinite capacity for love.
Hey, monkey, this time I'll be daddy and you'll be mission control.
Billy, careful of Banana's diaper.
The National Aeronautics and Space Reassignment Station.
Houston, we have a parenting problem.
Space Station, we have a solution.
Tonight on the World of Sports Network 2, we continue with our countdown of the worst athletes of the 20th century. At number 67, 11-year-old Billy Wainwright, fourth string running back for the Oak Hill Township Lions.
This is so dumb. I hate you, Dad. You're not even my real dad. I never wanted to play this stupid game in the first place.
Billy Wainwright, the boy who never wanted to play this stupid game in the first place.
This week on First Times.
So, what was your first time like?
Oh, you know, it was all right. A little awkward. I mean, whose first time isn't, right?
How old were you?
Oh, gosh. I don't even remember. Somewhere around 7 or 8.
What? That's pretty young.
Yeah, I mean, most of my friends did around the same time, so...
I feel stupid. I was 17.
17? You mean it wasn't mandatory in your elementary school?
What? Wait a second.
Tune in next time for First Times.
What? Oh my. Son, where did you learn about that?
I learned it from you, Dad.
Oh, all right then.
Masturbate. It feels good.
Are you one of those sick puppies who's entertained by things from the simply strange to the perversely disturbing?
I like to pull the legs off mice.
Were you ostracized as a child because everyone thought you were a weirdo?
The other girls wouldn't play with me because I used to make out with their pets.
Has anyone ever used your name in the same sentence as Jack the Ripper or Charles Manson?
I memorized every detail of Typhoid Mary's life. Does that count?
Well, wouldn't it be nice to have someone to share your interest with?
Huh, I'll say.
Then write this number down and get ready to meet the other freaks of the world. It's 1-800 and it's the chat line for you. One simple phone call and you'll be networking with every other loon in the country and sharing your interests, whatever the hell they are.
You mean you'll hook me up with other people who like to drink bottles of ink?
We'd sure like to.
I like to fill my bathtub with garbage and lay in it.
And we're sure there are others out there who feel the same way. So call us today, 1-800...
Sherman Books is proud to announce the first in its Inmates on Tape series, featuring Charles Manson. Just listen to Charles's heartfelt rendering of A Tale of Two Cities.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, man. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. Foolishness? I ain't your fool. I can see inside of you, man.
Enjoy the unique spirit that Charles brings to Herman Melville's classic Moby Dick.
Ishmael, who the hell are you? Okay, I'm calling you Ishmael.
Call now and receive at no additional cost. Manson reads the poetry of Robert Frost.
I am the walrus, man. Fee, fi, fo, fum. You can't stop.
So call today and enjoy hours of classic literature on tape.